You know, in a world that feels crazier and more chaotic by the day, it's kind of wild to think that people everywhere, from Silicon Valley CEOs to NFL coaches, are turning to a philosophy that's over 2,000 years old. Today, we're going to dive into Stoicism, not as some dusty piece of history, but as a super practical guide for living a better life right now. Okay, so what could a Roman emperor like Marcus Aurelius, a former slave named Epictetus, and a modern-day Super Bowl-winning coach possibly have in common? Well, it turns out they all use the exact same mental operating system to handle everything life threw at them. And that philosophy is Stoicism. But hold on, before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, we've got to clear the air about something really important. The word Stoic has been totally misunderstood for, well, centuries. So let's tackle that misconception head on. When we hear the word Stoic, we usually picture someone with a stiff upper lip, totally emotionless, kind of passive. But real Stoicism is the exact opposite. It's a philosophy built for action. It's not about getting rid of your emotions, it's about learning not to be controlled by them. So think of it less like some boring academic theory and more like a practical operating system for your mind, especially in this high-stress world we live in. I mean, the source material for this explainer just nails it, calling Stoicism a vibrant, action-oriented, and paradigm-shattering way of living. See? This isn't about sitting in an armchair pondering the universe, it's about getting into the arena of life and actually living a better one. All right, so an operating system for life sounds pretty good, right? But how does it actually work? Well, it all starts with one incredibly powerful idea that sits at the very heart of the entire philosophy. It's called the dichotomy of control. And honestly, this is a total game changer. The whole practice really boils down to just one thing: getting really good at telling the difference between what you can control and what you can't. Now that might sound simple, but truly getting this is the key to everything. Just think for a second about all the mental energy we waste on stuff we have absolutely no influence over. You know, the obvious things like traffic or a delayed flight. But think about our modern lives too. You can't control that nasty comment someone leaves online. You can't control your boss's bad mood. All that stuff, it's external. It's outside your control.
So if we can't control all of that, what's left? What can we actually do? Turns out there's just one thing, but it's the only thing that really matters: your response. How you choose to see things, the actions you decide to take, the judgments you make. That right there, that's where all your power is.
And Epictetus, the guy who was once a slave, he put it perfectly. He said our number one job in life is just to make this distinction, to literally draw a line in the sand between the outside world, which we can't control, and our inner world of choices, which we absolutely can. Okay, so we've got this core idea of control, but how do you actually apply it day to day, especially when things get tough? Well, the Stoics were super practical. They broke it all down into a simple three-part framework. And here they are. First, you've got the discipline of perception. This is all about controlling your judgments and seeing things as they really are, not just how your emotions paint them. Second, there's the discipline of action. This is about focusing your energy only on what you can actually do, and always trying to act for the common good. And finally, the discipline of will. This is about accepting the things you can't change with grace and strength. So think of it like this: perception, action, and will. That's it. That's the whole toolkit. And the Stoics believe that with these three tools, you're basically ready to handle whatever life decides to throw at you: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the emperor, Marcus Aurelius, he summed up this toolkit beautifully. He basically said, all I need is clear judgment, that's perception. I need to act for the right reasons, that's action. And I need to accept whatever happens, that's will. It's a formula for being resilient no matter what's going on. And this brings us to what's maybe the most crucial point of all. This isn't just theory. The Stoics were all about turning their philosophy into a real daily practice.
Yeah, this stuff wasn't designed to be debated in a fancy lecture hall. It was designed to be lived, day in and day out. And for them, it all started with a really simple, repeatable routine to bookend each day.
The Stoics lived by these morning and evening rituals. The morning is all about preparation, about setting your intention for the day ahead. And the evening is for reflection, for looking back at your actions without any harsh judgment. It's this simple rhythm: prepare, then reflect. So in the morning, you can borrow a page from Epictetus's book and just prepare for the day. Ask yourself, what's truly required of me today? Remind yourself who you really are, not your job title, not your stuff, but a rational person who can make good choices. You're basically setting your internal compass for the day. Then in the evening, you can follow the advice of Seneca and do a quick review. How did it go? Where did I maybe fall short? Did I let my anger get the best of me? Was I fair to people? The big question is always, how can I be just a little bit better tomorrow? And listen, this review is not about beating yourself up. It's the complete opposite. It's just about building a little self-awareness calmly and objectively, all aimed at one simple thing, getting a little bit better every day. The goal is always progress, not perfection.
So, all of this brings us right back to the central challenge of Stoicism, and it's the question I really want to leave you with. You have almost no control over what's going to happen to you today. You can't control the traffic, you can't control the economy, you can't control other people. But you have absolute 100% control over how you choose to respond. So, what's that choice going to be?